On behalf of Congregation Emmanuel of the Hudson Valley, together with the Jewish Federation of Ulster County and the congregations of the Jewish Federation of Ulster County, we are grateful and humbled that you have chosen to join us this evening for the annual Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Memorial Service 5780-2020. Together with my colleagues, Rabbi Jonathan Kliegler of Lev Shalem and Rabbi Shir Yaakov Fate of Kol Chai, we open together, bringing the community with one call to attention. For the lighting of the first memorial candle, this honor we ask of survivor Tibor Spitz.
As I light this candle on behalf of our community, may we vow together never to forget the lives of the 6 million Jewish children, women and men, including my relatives, who are symbolized by this flame. May the memory of their lives inspire us to live so that we may help to ensure that part of who they were will endure always.
For the honor of the lighting of the second memorial candle, I call survivor Nat Gorski.
I am lighting this candle in memory of my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins who were part of the 6 million Jews, 20 million Russians, 10 million Christians, and 1,900 Catholic priests who perished in the Holocaust.
We stand together in defiance of Holocaust deniers, in defiance of hate. May we vow never to forget the lives of the 12 million human beings, victims of the Shoah, 6 million Jews, 6 million non-Jews, righteous Gentiles, gay people, priests, gypsies, people with mental or physical disabilities, communists, trade unionists, Jehovah's Witness, anarchists, Poles and other Slavic people, and resistance fighters. May the memory of their lives inspire us to remember, yizkor, and never forget.
forget that as we honor their memories, we refuse to tolerate the genocide of any people.
Shrei Agafror Shenisraf Vehitzit Lehavor Ashrei Alehava Shabbat Besitrei Levavor Ashrei HaLevavot Sheyadu Lachadon Bechavod Shrei Agafru Shenisra Vehitzit Lehavor Blessed is the match consumed the kindling flame. Blessed is the flame that burns in a heart's secret places. Blessed is the heart with strength to stop beating for honor's sake. Blessed is the match consumed in a kindling.
Born in the camps, on behalf of herself and her family, on behalf of Federation, I am humbled to call Charlotte Touche as she shares her words.
Charlotte, we need to unmute you. Or perhaps you can unmute yourself, I'm not sure.
Am I unmuted?
We can hear you now.
Okay, all right. I am honored to be here representing Jewish Federation of Ulster County, and each year Jewish Federation joins with the congregation to bring forth this message of remembrance to our community. Thank you, Rabbi Yael Romer of Congregation Emmanuel Kingston, for creating this year's platform. My birth name is Shandel Tush. I am a child of Holocaust survivors. I am second generation, born in a displaced persons camp in 1946 in Austria. I came to America April 1948 and was given the English name Charlotte, a namesake for my father's mother. I know why and what has drawn me to attend and observe this time. This gives me the opportunity to remember who I am, where I've come from, and my forever connection to the Shoah. My mother and her family, along with others, hid in the woods of Belarusia for 3.5 years in a narrow, deep space in the ground that could have ended up being their tomb. My father was in the labor camp in Siberia, and my beloved stepfather was a partisan after his entire family was executed. Inconceivable how this could have happened to my mother, father, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. I can't imagine what they witnessed and experienced. Although in my nightmares, I hid and ran with them. I laid close to them in the dirt that made up their beds and where they lingered in the cold and in the heat. I too felt myself there with them. How could it be that humankind was able to carry out a genocide orderly and systematically while the world watched or didn't? This time is a commemoration for many. But for me, as a child of survivors, it's a yearly awakening to remember what I've heard and have held deeply in my heart. I know how important it is to the world and to all of us not to forget what has happened and can happen again. Some of us have survivors in our families and communities, and just to be in their presence is reverent and a gift. A Jewish culture that has the sweetest and the saltiest of tastes.
I unmuted it.
The smell of challah baking, homemade chicken soup, klezmer music, and the sound of the crying clarinet. A culture to this day filled with art and genius. Cherish those that are still here. And please engage in conversation with your uncles and your aunts, your bubbies and your zetas. They hold many treasures. Share with each our Jewishness and the joy that we are here, and all the others that came before us are still here, holding us up with the traditions that we hold close to our hearts. I feel blessed to be here with you. I ask you to embrace your Yiddishkeit, your Jewishness, and relish in the richness of our history and the wonderment of what the Jewish nation of people here and everywhere have created. See us. We are music, literature, medicine, science, art, and we are here in each and every generation. Remembrance is important, but future is life. We must believe in ourselves as a people and a tribe with all its diversities. Ours is not just a culture of remembrance, but of celebration and ritual. Let's allow our children to guide us and help us. This world is becoming theirs. They will be the ones to till the soil of the future with the integrity we pass on to them. But we must help them as well as allow them to find their way. We are guides and visionaries. Let our children join us and together create a vision for our collective futures. It starts here and now. First, to know that it's about life today and the next day. It's about truly understanding the Sabbath and taking that time with our families, a concept that many of us grew out of. Now is the time to take stock in the value of our lives, our time, our family, our beliefs. It's not about our stock portfolios. It's about how we choose to live our lives. Did we need a deadly virus to dictate to us to stay home? Look at this time as an opportunity. We as a people, a Jewish tribe, have to reevaluate our lives and learn more honestly by them as we live into our own lives. If stay in place we must, then let's take this time to embrace our children and teach them or learn with them what lies in our souls. Let's cultivate closeness. Tell stories of our lives and our parents' lives. Sing and praise life as our ancestors did. I say each year, Am Yisrael Chai, the children of Israel live. Hineni, I am here. If I am only for myself, then who am I? And if not now, when? Live fully in your Jewishness. It's beautiful. Thank you.
From the voices of our teachers, the young adults of our community, the next generation, Micah Fox and Nava Fox.
In Germany, the Nazis first came for the communists, but I did not speak up because I was not a communist.
Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak up because I was not a Jew.
Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak up because I was not a trade unionist.
Then they came for the Catholics, and I was a Protestant, so I did not speak up.
Then they came for me. By that time, there was no one to speak up for anyone.
James Ayton.
At some unconscious level, the image of the Holocaust is with us, a memory which haunts, a soundboard for all subsequent evil in the back of the mind, not only for the normal, well-intentioned people, but for all of us now living, we the inheritors. The triumph of the SS required that the tortured victim allow himself to be led to the gallows without protesting. There's nothing more terrible than these processions of human beings walking straight forward toward the unknown, living in hope based on their faith in man.
I asked Parker Gutterman to join me with this next reading. I remember myself as a small girl in the Warsaw Ghetto. I remember myself from those days as a small girl who walked the noisy streets in spite of the cruelty.
I remember looking at the people, at the big buildings, at the sky, and at the consistent sun, rising my face to them, warming myself in that remote sun. At night, through my window, I counted stars, trying to foretell the future.
Will there be for me another tomorrow? Will I still be alive the next night?
I remember those people who hurried through crowded streets, their clothes, faces, glances. Countless times I pushed my way among them, watching, wishing to grow up faster, to be their equal. They seemed to me then powerful, eternal. In spite of that cursed fear, they were so full of life, constant movement, inconceivably ingenious.
Later, I have seen the same streets, abandoned and empty. I was taken through those deadened streets in the midst of the rubble of burned buildings. Those powerful crowds were missing among the living. Only that usual sky, far away stars, and the sun. Cantorial soloist Alexandra Schleuderer.
איש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. איש אנשים שזיו זכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. אורות אלה המרחיקים בחשכת הליל, הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
Rabbi, I'm sorry, there was a delay. Can you say that again?
Hunter Gutterman.
I am a Jew and will be a Jew forever. Even if I should die from hunger, never will I submit. I will always fight for my people on my honor. I will never be ashamed of them. I give my word. I am proud of my people, how dignified they are. Even though I am suppressed, I will always come back to life.
Ani ma'amin. I believe with perfect faith in the healing of this world. And even if the Mashiach be late, I will do my part to partner with HaShekhinah to create tikkun in this olam of ours, to create healing and repair. And I will act, and I will wait. This Torah scroll was salvaged from the ashes of the Shoah, of the Holocaust in 1942, while Jews were being exterminated across Europe. The beleaguered Prague Jewish community organized and attempted to harbor and protect Torah scrolls like this. Hitler allowed them. He allowed them to warehouse this Torah for a most perverse reason. He believed that if this Torah and other sacred artifacts were warehoused in 1942, then after the war, he believed that he would create a museum to an extinct people, our people. In 1964, 1,564 Czech memorial scrolls were placed in the Memorial Trust of Westminster Synagogue in London to be distributed in trust to vibrant, living synagogues throughout the world. Rabbi Jonathan Eichhorn, Zichrono Livracha, and Kurt Matzdorf, Zichrono Livracha, and other leaders of CEHV brought this Torah to Kingston. It has graced our sanctuary since the 60s. And in November of 2014, while preparing to become a bar mitzvah, James Ayton asked to read not from any of our other Sifrei Torah, but from this Holocaust Torah. He became aware of the precarious state of the Torah and the precarious state of remembering. And so, not only did he read from this Torah, but he adopted his bar mitzvah community service as an initiative to restore this Torah. In taking on this project, James, who is now in college, believed that he would connect his generation and future generations to the responsibility of Yizkor. That's what Charlotte was speaking about. That's what we are doing together. James found a scribe. He initiated fundraising. He educated and raised awareness, and he launched the restoration of this Torah. It was done through his initiative, but through the generosity of this congregation, of the Jewish community throughout the Hudson Valley, throughout the United States, and even internationally. It was done through the interfaith efforts of communities of faith here in the Hudson Valley. And this year, right before Pesach, our Torah returned home, restored for use during special ceremonies, the first of which is this evening, a living testament to Jewish resilience, to endurance, to hope, to memory, and to responsibility, not just of remembering, but of how we live each and every day and what we expect of one another and of future generations, a symbol and a connection for future generations. We pray responsively, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti, uneromema Shemo Yachdav. Sophia Fromson, Chase Fromson.
They're not on, Rabbi? You seem to have lost them.
I am a Jew because born of Israel and having lost her, I have felt her live again in me, more loving than myself. I am a Jew because born of Israel and having regained her, I wish her to live after me, more loving than myself. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands of me no abdication of the mind. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel requires of me all the devotion of my heart. I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps. I am a Jew because in every place where despair cries out, the Jew hopes. I am a Jew because the promise of Israel is the universal promise. I am a Jew because for Israel, the world is not yet completed. We are completing it. I am a Jew because for Israel, humanity is not yet fully formed. Humanity must perfect itself. As this Torah is read for the first time in the embrace of this congregation, it was very important to us that the first Aliyah be dedicated to and honor the survivors. Today, on behalf of the community of survivors, those living and those that have already left this earth, it is my great privilege to call Nat Borsky and Tibor Spitz on behalf of all survivors as the Torah reading will be done by Marty Miller. Ya'amod Natan Baruch mi Beit Yehuda. Ya'amod Simcha Bunam mi Beit Yosef Shoshana. La Aliyah HaRishona. Tibor and Nat Borsky, Tibor Smith and Nat Borsky, the bracha, lifnei the bracha before the reading of Torah.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch
כן,
ברוך
אולי
אדוני
פשוט-
המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברכו אתה אדוני מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים
אשר בחר בנו
ונתן
מכל
לנו
העמים,
את תורתו
לנו את תורתו.
נותן
ברוך אתה
התורה.
אדוני נותן התורה.
I'm going to ask my webmaster if we have Marty Miller online.
No, I'm trying to locate him, but I don't see him right now.
Okay. I just want to say that I am reading this on behalf of Marty. I know that if Marty is not able to be here at this moment, then it means that he is responding to his beloved Sarah, who had been hospitalized, and our prayers for healing go to Sarah at this time. Amen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom alevavecha. Tibor and Nat, the closing bracha.
העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. For the second Aliyah, I ask that Charlotte Tush come up to be honored, representing all of the children of survivors, second generation, knowing that you are this critical link between your parents and your children, our parents and our children. Nala amod sheindol mi beit Hune ve'isa la aliyah ha'shenit. My second reader is James Ayton.
Amen. Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvleftecha v'aderech, uvshachtecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leod al yadecha, v'chayu letotafot peinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
Oh, she's not.
Rabbi,
Yes.
you want to give Charlotte the opportunity to read? Charlotte's going to read the end of the Aliyah.
Yes. The blessing following the Aliyah. Yes.
Do you want to hold it up so I can see it? Oh, yes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nachatan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And before I call the future generation, the next generation, for the third and final Aliyah, I ask that we return in our program to the prayer, I am a Jew, to be delivered by Sophia Fromson and Chase Fromson prior to the Aliyah of all of the young adults.
Chase and Sophia, we can't hear you even though you're unmuted. I think we can hear you now. No, not yet. No. How about we go back to it at a later time in the service?
Absolutely. For the third and final Aliyah, my reader is Ellen Leifer. For this Aliyah, I am inviting the next generation together, James Ayton, Nala Amod, Yaakov, Shalom, Mibeit, Nachama, Simcha, Be'etan, Ian Binney, Nala Amod, B, Mibeit, Efrat, Andrew, Alexander Binney, Nala Amod, Yaakov, Mibeit, Efrat, Andrew, Micah Fox, Nala Amod, Micha, Mibeit, Yonah, Gittel, Ze'ev, Nava Fox. Nala Amod, Nava Mibeit Yoni Gittel V'Ze'ev, Chase Thompson. Nala Amod, Yosef Mibeit, Shlomo Chaim V'Jodi, Sophia Fromson. Nala Amod, Samuela Mibeit, Shlomo Chaim V'Jodi, Hunter Gutterman. Nala Amod, Chai Mibeit, Shlomo V'Yehudit, Parker Gutterman. Nala Amod Paz, Mibeit Shlomo B'Yehudit, La Aliyah HaShlishit. For the final Aliyah, on behalf of all of your generation and future generations, the blessing before the Aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Ellen Leifer.
Ellen, you're muted.
Adonai Elohecha El Haaretz Asher Nishba La'avotecha La'Avraham Liyitzchak U'Yaakov Latet Lach Arim Gidolot V'Tovot Asher Lo Vatnita Uvatim Muleim Kol Tuv Asher Lo Mileta Uvarot Hatuvim Asher Lo Chetzavta Kiramim V'Zeitim Asher Lo Natata V'Achalta V'Savata Hishamer Lach Pentishcha את אדוני אשר הוציאך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים.
For my young adults, the blessing following the Aliyah.
Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu haolam natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam natan v'tavenu noten haTorah.
Amen.
I call my colleague, Rabbi Shir Yaakov Fate, to come forward as he presents Psalm 23.
You are my shepherd. I am content. You lead me to rest in the sweet grasses, to lie down by the quiet waters, and I am refreshed. You lead me down the right path, the path that unwinds in the pattern of your name. And even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear, for you are with me, comforting me with your rod and your staff, showing me each step. You prepare a table for me in the midst of my adversity and moisten my head with oil. Surely my cup is overflowing, and goodness and kindness will follow me all the days of my life. And in the long days beyond, I will always live within your house. Mizmor leDavid, Adonai rohi lo echsar, binot sheyar bitzeini, al mei menuchot yanaleini. Nafshi yeshovev, nafshi yeshovev, yancheni v'magle tzedek leman shemo. Gam ki elech begets al mavet, lo ira, ki ata imadi, shivtecha umishantecha. Shiftecha umishantecha, Hema Yenachamoni, Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan, Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan, Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan, Neged Tzorerai, Dishanta Vashemen Roshi, Dishanta Vashemen Roshi, Dishanta Vashemen Roshi, Kosi Revaya. Ach tov v'chesed, yirdefuni kol yimei chayai, ושבתי בבית אדוני, ושבתי בבית הוויה, אורך ימים.
Ian Binney, Alexander Binney.
I do believe with all my heart in the natural goodness of humankind, despite the blood and destruction brought by one man trying to be God.
In the goodness of humankind, I do believe. I do believe with all my heart that God gave human beings the blessing and the curse. Each of us can select the curse of envy, hatred, and prejudices, or the blessing of love, harmony, and beauty.
Despite the painful curses of the past, in the blessing of the Creator, I do believe. I do believe with all my heart that God created a beautiful world, the sun and the trees, the flowers and the bees. And the best way to serve God is to enjoy the fruits of God's labor of love.
Despite the painful memories from the past, in the joyful celebration of life, I do believe. I do believe with all my heart that God has created humankind in the image of the divine, and killing of human beings is like killing of God.
Despite the massacres in Rwanda, the cleansing in Bosnia, the folly and cruelty of fanatics, in the love and compassion of the Creator, I do believe. I believe with all my heart that the Messiah and the kingdom of the heaven will come, when man will conquer his destructive urge and learn how to live in harmony with nature and himself.
When all the preachers of hate will be silenced, and each of us will become the other's keeper, when man will stop killing man in the name of God, and nation will not lift weapons against nation.
When it will be, I do not know, but despite all the signs to the contrary, in the dawn of a better world, I do believe.
My colleague, Rabbi Jonathan Kligler. Yizkor.
These are the words of Abba Kovner. Let us remember our brothers and our sisters, the homes in the cities and houses in the villages, the streets of the town that bustled like rivers, and the inn standing solitary on the way. The old man with his etched out features, the mother in her sweater, the girl with the plates, and the children. The thousands of communities of Israel with their families, the whole Jewish people that was brought to the slaughter on the soil of Europe by the German destroyer. The man who screamed out suddenly and died while screaming. The woman who clutched her baby to her breast and whose arms tumbled down. The baby whose fingers groped for her mother's nipple, which was blue and cold. The legs that sought refuge and there was no escape. And those who clenched their hands into fists, the fist that gripped the steel that was the weapon of the vision, the despair, and the revolt. And those with staunch hearts, and those with open eyes, and those who sacrificed themselves without being able to save others. We shall remember the day in its noon, the sun that rose over the stake of blood, the skies that stood high and silent. We shall remember the mounds of ash beneath flowering parks. Let the living remember his dead, for behold, they are here before us. Behold their eyes cast around and about. So let us not rest. May our lives be worthy of their memory. מלא רחמים, שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע המזהירים. את נשמות כל אלה שמסרו את נפשם על קידוש השם ושנהרגו בשואה. אנא בעל הרחמים, תסתירם בצל כנפיך לעולמי, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותם, וינוחו בשלום על משכבם. Amen. Source filled with mercy, dwelling in the heavens' heights, bring proper rest beneath the wings of your Shekhinah, amid the ranks of the holy and the pure, illuminating like the brilliance of the skies all those who have given up their lives in affirmation of your holy name, and all those destroyed in the Shoah. May you, who are the source of mercy, shelter them beneath your wings eternally, and bind their souls among the living, that they may rest in peace. And let us say Amen.
Before moving to the close of our remembrance this evening, I am going to return to readers 6 and 7 if Sophia Fromson and Chase Fromson are able to access the Zoom live stream feed.
Here we are. I am a Jew because born of Israel, and having lost her, I have felt her alive again in me, more loving than myself.
I am a Jew because born of Israel, and having regained her, I wish her to live after me, more living than myself.
I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands of me no abdication of the mind.
I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands of me no abdication of the mind.
Tells me.
Oh, sorry. I'm below
Devotion
you.
of heart.
Requires of me all the devotion of my heart.
I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps.
I am a Jew because every time when despair cries out, the Jew hopes.
I am a Jew because the promise of Israel is universal promise.
I am a Jew because for Israel, the world is not yet completed. We are completing it.
I am a Jew because for Israel, humanity is not yet fully formed. Humanity must perfect itself.
Each of us has a name given by the source and given by our parents. Each of us has a name given by our stature and our smile and given by what we wear. Each of us has a name given by the mountains and given by our walls. Each of us has a name given by the stars and given by our neighbors. Each of us has a name given by our sins and given by our longing. Each of us has a name given by our enemies and given by our love. Each of us has a name given by our celebrations and given by our work. Each of us has a name given by the seasons and given by our blindness. Each of us has a name given by the sea and given by our death. For the martyrs of our people, our own family members, and those who left no one to say Kaddish for them, we say Kaddish, we affirm the blessings of their life. For the people of every race and nation who fought for right, who stood up for the good of humankind, for Yirat Hashem, for a sense of the sacred in the universe, who perished in the Shoah. We say Kaddish for them. We say Kaddish today. The survivors among us, the children of survivors, and the next generation. In saying these words together, we forge our commitment to Yizkor. Our commitment and our responsibility, our love and our devotion to remember, to never forget, and to shape a world that reflects that truth. Kaddish Yatom, the mourners Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash, Shmei Rabbah, V'alma divra chirutei, V'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon, Uv'chayei decho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman hariv ve'imru. Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ul'almei Olmaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yithalal Shmei T'kudesha Brich Hu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran Ve'alma Ve'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Mishmaya V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom V'mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol B'nei Adam Ve'imru. Amen. I call my colleagues, Rabbi Jonathan Kligler, Rabbi Shir Yaakov Fate, to join me in closing this year's Yom HaShoah Remembrance.